So it's Sunday and the Junkyard Jet crew is at it. And Austin, what the hell is going on over here?
Disc brake conversion, the Willwood kit.
I left here about 4 hours to go to just run around and eat. I even took a siesta.
Yeah.
And I came back and you're really in the same place that you were when I left.
Well, the thing is that to get this Willwood kit to work properly, you have to take some metal out of the actual spindle, so it'll clear that.
Oh.
So actually, it's this right here. So we had to take some metal out of it. That took a little bit of time.
Grinding.
Yeah. So we did that and got the bracket attached, and the rest of it's just the easy part.
Let me see it. Why didn't they just clearance it?
Because it's probably meant to fit a bunch of different cars. So,
I gotcha.
but the instructions say specifically, there's like dotted lines right there to take that piece out.
Okay.
So that's what took a little bit of time, but the rest of it's the easy stuff. And then,
well, there's a lot of parts. I mean,
yeah,
I noticed. What's this? Pads?
Yeah.
I noticed there were many packages. There are still many packages.
Yeah, it's all just hardware. Those studs are actually too short, so I actually got the correct studs, because if you try to put it in the hub over here, see, this is the wheel that's going on the jet.
Okay.
It fits the bolt pattern perfectly if you get in the right one, but the studs don't come out far enough, so we got some other studs coming.
See that?
Yeah. So
you know that's a tech item.
Yeah.
Because the studs have to protrude from the wheel.
Oh yeah, we're getting 3-inch studs, so they'll come out a good length. But just a matter of just getting this together, and then once we have the studs, we'll put it on the actual.
Well, that's a nice looking hub.
Yeah, they come out good. This is kind of neat. If you want to change out inner bearings, it just unscrews. So
nice.
Easy access.
Nice.
But we're on the tail end of this. So.
What did this kit cost?
Shipped from Summit with tax, $860.
Oof.
Yeah, a little expensive.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
But
what did it consist of exactly?
All of
that,
it. So came with the rotors, came with the bracket, came with the hubs, the bearings, the seals, the calipers are in that box. Everything to do the job. So the reason that we mainly got this kit was...
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Well, the hoses had to be bought separately, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it depends on length. So
for $900 you got to buy the hoses too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
But see, the logic behind it was not that we really think we're going to need a disc upgrade, but it may not have a 360 for its whole life. So we decided let's go ahead and do the disc upgrade now while it's all parked. So nice, pretty trousers.
They're beautiful. Yeah. Lightweight. Wow.
So this is one of the many pieces of the car that cost a chunk of money. So
I couldn't fathom spending $900 on brakes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it may not have a 360 for its whole life. So
what would it have that you would?
No idea. No idea. Just go ahead and do it now rather than do it later.
Okay.
At least that's our logic for it. So.
If you're happy with it, I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. So how much more do you have to go with this to?
We gotta get these nuts right here onto the rotor, and then we can attach the hub to it. And you got red Loctite these, so that's always good. Okay. So we'll get this on there. Once we have the new studs, we'll be able to change them out and then completely assemble the whole thing, and it'll be on the car.
Well, I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, and we got a whole front end parts. It should have been delivered to my house today, so we got everything to rebuild the front end.
All right, so where's the rest of the guys?
Garrett is in Gatlinburg, or dead, however you want to put it.
He might have passed away.
No, he's fine. No, he's in Gatlinburg. He had this vacation planned for like months, so he's out there
Vacation?
today. Yeah, he's at a car show.
Doesn't he realize there's a car to build?
We do.
Oh my God.
No. He'll be back. He'll be back next week.
I had a vacation in like 1987, 1988.
Yeah.
No, it was 1992. I had a vacation.
Yeah.
Yes, I know what that's like.
They're terrible, aren't they?
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird because you're not working on cars.
Yeah, you're not getting anything else done.
All right, so then John is out there.
Yeah, he's out there porting
I see him
heads.
off in the distance. Come on, let's go see what John is doing. Come hither. John, what is up?
Continuing on from where we left off.
Where we left off.
Well, The other night we did the live, started porting these cylinder heads.
Right.
So you did a couple, basically showed me what the hell I'm supposed to do.
Well, let's explain for people who don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So Thursday night, we actually did a live head porting. That was a really bad idea. I mean, the noise was just right, but we did it anyway. So we did a live head porting. I did one cylinder to show them what, how it all worked, and then John's done this one so far, and he started on this exhaust, and it looks good. Your exhaust port looks better than mine. You did a nicer job than I did. I feel totally inadequate here. So you want to explain what's going on here, or you want me to do it?
You've probably got a better explanation than I do.
All right. So this is what's known as just basic line of sight porting. There's nothing exotic. There's no flow benches or anything like that involved. I have no idea what the flow improvement is on something like this. What we're doing is just taking the rough as casting and removing all of the bits of it that are, let's just say, from the manufacturing process. Uneven surfaces, bumps, crevices, and especially the bosses around the valve guides. So you can see here's a stock one. Can we get here's a stock intake, right? You see how flat that is, and you see here's an intake after we've narrowed it down. And you see, look at the exhaust side. See the exhaust? This is all taken down to just where the stem, the valve stem, is just kissing the edge of that. And here's a stock exhaust, and you can see how intrusive that is. So it's very time consuming, very time consuming. Gasket matched the intake side, match the exhaust to the carbon mark. Yeah. So you see here's a carbon mark that shows the overhang from the original exhaust manifold that was on here, and here's the opening opened to that carbon mark. So basically that's the version of gasket matching on the exhaust side. So it's a very time consuming process, but you net big results depending on how rough the original casting was. And these Magnums aren't too bad, but some of the LA heads, some of the big block Mopar heads like 906s, terrible quality control. So you'll find some pretty big improvements there. So you're just marching your way through on this thing, right?
Just pick up where we left off, and I did a little bit of cleanup in the one that I did the other night, and just move on, hit the next one, and then hit the next one if I can. Okay. And then what we want to do also is we want to take the tops of the valve guides down a little bit. Take them down about 150 thousandths of an inch, just for clearance, because we don't know what cam we're gonna. Right. From the factory, these are good for approximately a 550 lift cam. They're not precision. They could be all over the map. Like if you were to run through here, you might find height differences of 50 thousandths, 75 thousandths of an inch. So you want to just run through here and take about 100 off of the top of each. So this way we know that we'll have adequate valve clearance, retainer clearance to maybe 600 lift. So, all right, well, continue on. Will do.
What's going on with the car itself?
Well, Austin's got a whole bunch of parts ordered for the front end on it, so hopefully we'll be able to get that all together and then get wheels on it soon. We had to get the studs as mentioned earlier, but yeah, the deal we got going right now is try and get it in the shop so we can get it all really going, because we've got a couple of patches we need to put in the floor, which that's just going to be sheet metal and patch it up, and then do any rust repair that we need to and move on from there, and then we're going to coat the inside and start putting it all together, hopefully.
It sounds like a plan. All right, so then that's it for this week's installment. We'll get together. Let's do something else live on Thursday night. I kind of like the way that works.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something live for this Thursday. And in the meantime, let me get out of their way so they can get back to work and finish up, yeah?
Yeah. All right.
Austin, good to go?
Yep. Grease, packing bearings.
Tell them to see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.